What was the first? You said he shared it on the way up and on the way down. When was the down?
I think once it left from posses and neighborhoods to gangs in New York. And you know what I'm saying? And being a teenager in the culture at the time and being a young person in it. So it was like, although I was around elders, it was my generation's music. So I dealt with the reality of that generation. A lot of people that rep that generation wasn't of the generation. They was the generation up. They was the 90 dudes, what their era was the 80s.
Right.
Getting money and all that. Mine was the 90s and I was growing up in the 90s.
Right.
So it was just a little different, you know what I'm saying?
So what happened? How did you get to that point?
What
Where they tricked you?
Huh?
How did you get to that point in detail where they tricked you?
Well, I got cut. You know what I'm saying? I got cut in the streets, and then it led to carrying guns, and then it led to prison time. And then once I had that first strike, it was like I was just tagged. And then after that, it was like trying to get back to the music, right? So then you start to think in the old element, right? So, yo, I gotta hustle. I gotta get this money for these videos. I gotta do all this.
Right.
So then you take that route and you get influenced by what you think you have. And all the jewels was there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I went down the wilderness. I went in the wilderness.
How'd you get cut?
In a party around my way, man. I came back around the way after I was on WB. And, you know, I just came around the way. And it was like the jewelry, the neighborhood politics from being from a projects and people don't like. It's just like when you the poster of a neighborhood, you take everything that come with it. So it's like, although I wasn't a gang member, although I didn't sell drugs and I wasn't in the street, I was from a neighborhood and those things happen in that neighborhood and the opposite. So they say ops now, anything, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you know.
So you was in a party though?
Yeah.
See, look at this though real quick.
Hold on a second, sir. And somebody just walked up out of nowhere.
It was more of a attempt for the jewelry and things like that. And
It was a robbery attempt.
It was all that. I didn't do nothing to nobody. It ain't like, yo, I had a beef with a nigga or anything personally.
Wow, you took
so it was
somebody's
that,
girl.
you know what I'm saying? Nah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I took everybody's girl, but it wasn't nobody's girl. If I got it, she wasn't yours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what did I do wrong? You know what I'm saying? It ain't mine. I can't tell her.
I helped you out. I revealed who she was.
I wish more people thought like that.
You know, so, but you
Jesus,
know,
facts.
even with the growth, I understand the elements, right? That I was held responsible for being there. You know what I'm saying? Now when I look back, I don't put myself in places that, because I know I'm responsible. If I go down to projects and post up and it so happen to go down and pow, I get a straight, yo, I ain't have no business there. I ain't getting no money there. I ain't doing none of that. You shouldn't be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So even though it was a bad situation for me, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't the aggressor in the situation. And it was a great learning experience because it made me tough as hell, right? But I learned that, yo, nah, go that way.
So you got cut, started carrying guns after that because you got cut.
Yeah.
That led to getting popped for a gun.
Yeah.
And then
Then it was downhill. Then it was downhill. That was the first big. Then you get back, you know what I'm saying, and you become a more criminal when you go in, right? So now you thinking all these great ideas, and then now your man's in them while you was going and getting a different type of street money. Now, so I'm coming back, you know what I'm saying, it's a little weird with the music in, you know what I'm saying, trying to get back in, because you read and you learn business. You're like, oh, I could do it this way and not really get, you know what I'm saying, the most out of it. So you try that, and then different influences, and for me, it bring me down. It bring me in the wilderness for 40 years, you know what I'm saying? I had to go through love, hell, and right to be here, sitting here today.
Right. Wow.
You know one piece I want to add to it, and the question you kept asking, how did it happen?
You gotta speak up, bro, because you don't got a mic.
you got a mic.
It's like I was with him the night he got cut, right? I lived with Shy. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing about it, right? And this is the part that gets glossed over, right? Is that when you're somewhere, like this what happened with Takeoff, right? It's like when you're somewhere that you're not supposed to be. That night that he got cut, we were supposed to be in the city at a record release party, right?
Oh shit.
If the decision, this is the context that's left out of it. You know what I mean? The decision right now, I would never forget it because I'm in the house. You know what I'm saying? We popping up. The reason we leave in the house is because we're leaving the alley. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We having a great time. We just moved to a new spot because we had the party house, this, that, and the third, right?
Right.
Now we're supposed to leave the alley. You know what I'm saying? This is why we're together. This is why we left the house. Where he stopped at, it was no reason for us to be there on no level. You know what I'm trying to say? And the decision of saying, if this is like living in a great time, but it was like the decision was saying like if it was to go to the city and do this, you know what I'm saying, politic, like how we called it, or stop at this ghetto hole in the wall spot. I was sitting in the car, you know what I'm saying? But what happens is that those decisions right there, it was leading up to that. By the time he get cut, he's already out of here. You see what I'm saying? When you say a spiral, it's not a rainstorm, it's a drizzle. You know what I mean? That once it's on, it's on. You know what I mean? That
Right.
you can't say that it was this or it was that. It's a combination of the perfect storm.
So why didn't you go in the party with him?
Because it was like that shit looked as stupid when it was on the block. It was, listen,
Why
first
did
of all,
you
the
let him go
underground,
in?
for everybody on Staten Island that know, is literally and figuratively a hole in the wall.
Could you not stop him from going in?
No!
Then you shouldn't have let him go in.
He couldn't stop you from going in?
Now see what everybody's saying? Now.
No, I'm asking. He couldn't stop you from going in?
Probably not because of the person I was. Like, again, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have to answer to nobody. So even though he might have been, I would have looked at him like, what you acting all scary for? You don't want to go on the spot? Like, that was my attitude. Because I'm thinking it's love, though. You got to imagine, like, I rep for here. You know what I mean? So I'm not thinking, it's not like I had beef and I'm like, yo, we got to be. I'm coming in, I walked into a net of love. I'm thinking, when it happened, I'm like, oh, shit, these niggas, this is crazy.
Right.
Like, it was like, that's when it dawned on
That
me.
would've gone to me,
Like,
that
bing,
happened.
oh shit.
Did you know the dudes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hate is
Like,
real.
yeah. Oh, it's not even it's not my age. It's not even, it wasn't like, yo, it's dudes my age. No, this is adult. And looked at it like, oh, look at them double, because back then, it's 90s, I had real gold, big double locks at, you know what I'm saying? I was just on TV. I'm on WB. I'm getting $50,000 a week. Like, so I'm thinking by coming home and showing like, yeah, I'm doing this. Look, y'all, you know what I mean? I didn't have to be there again, but you know, I thought it was showing, look at me and we can all go, but
You thought
it's
you were
not like
showing
that.
inspiration.
Yeah.
You showed
It ain't like that at all.
But when you young again, I was a kid.
Live and learn.
I was a kid.
Right.
So it was like, okay, learn. You know what I mean? So, you know.
Yeah, depending on the mentality, inspiration is taunting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You think you're inspiring somebody. You actually, if they got a fucked up mentality,
Yeah.
you're
Teasing
rubbing
them.
it in
They're
their
looking at
face.
it like
Yeah.
you're teasing them. You like showing somebody, yo, look at this car, look at this fly. And they're like, it's a car. And you just saying like, yo, bro, look.
Waving a steak in front
Instead
of a
of
starving
when
man.
I was coming up, I seen somebody, I'm like, yo, how you do that? Where you doing that at?
See?
That was different.
See? Two different
Now
mentalities.
they seem like, how you get that?
Y'all-
You're booking. And then you mess around and rob a working man that got a nice car that's paying a note and got a nice chain, but he get up every morning and go to work. But they're tricked of thinking that that's the drug dealer and go rob him. And then he goes and say, yo, you robbed me. And then they saying he's a snitch. He ain't no fucking snitch. He went to work. He go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He's a
how?
civilian.
He didn't participate in the crime. He didn't go there with you. He didn't leave there with you. He didn't observe it and had nothing to do with it. And then to, like, so.
He paid his taxes.
Yeah, so that.
So the
that's
police
true.
work for him. You dig
Did you
what I'm saying?
encounter any of those type of issues when you first got incarcerated? The hate, the jealousy, the envy.
Well, I went to a max, right? And in a max is a whole different game.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's grown man time. So it was really, I learned the mind your business thing. You know what I'm saying? And I
ain't see
didn't
shit.
have an issue. And the person I had to become in there was not the rugged child. Right? You know what I'm saying? I had to become of my environment. You know what I'm saying? So the lifestyle, you know, the boofing and all that, I had to adapt to that and become that. You know what I'm saying? So it makes you colder and it makes you more wise. And I was fortunate enough to run into dudes that knew me from being a kid and watched my struggles and just was like, nah, come here. Nah, we ain't going home, but you got another shot out there and we gonna help get your mind right. So when you go back, you got a plan to stick with. And you know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for them brothers.
So that's real quick. That be the problem in the hood, though, right? Because a lot of the OGs we grew up around in the hood is incarcerated.
Right.
They get incarcerated. They learn the tricks of the trade. We come in there under them, and they like, nah, you're not doing that. You're gonna read these books. You're gonna sign up for these courses. You're gonna go to the yard and work out. You're gonna go back to yourself.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You got a clean slate.
But that structure, that organization is not prevalent in the street.
It was bad.
Because our forefathers is not there.
Yeah.
It
And
was
then the
bad.
ones that's there is just trying to eat off of niggas because they like, they the young wild boys. We gonna get what we gotta get off of them.
Right.
See, it was
But we
bad.
learned that
sir.
structure inside, bro.
The guards would be like this. I'll come to the yard and I'll be talking to somebody. Yo, nah, get away from him, Jake. Nah, get away from here. Y'all with that. Nah, get out of here.
Right.
And that's what it was. And he's like, yo, what you doing out here? You came out, what's going on? You ain't studying? What's up? You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm grateful for that because it taught me that discipline that you was talking about. Like, yo, you know what I mean? I went in there, I ain't have a GED. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even have a GED. I got there, I ain't got my GED. So I went to school, got my personal together. So it's like, yo, people don't have their personal together but want to get a rap career. It's like your regular life ain't together. You can't even manage $500. How you gonna manage 500,000? You know what I'm saying? So I learned, prison taught me the budget, knowing that, that money order coming in, I can't spend that whole $100. I gotta stay up for this, I gotta make my list. So it taught me a lot of skills. I don't wish it for nobody, but it's sad, but I say, yo, it was the best thing for my life.
Right.
Prison be
my
saving
life.
niggas'
Coming
lives,
from
man.
not having that order.
Yeah,
That shit
and
be
it
saving
stripped
niggas'
me
lives.
from that ego.
Right.
It stripped me from being an MC. None of that mattered. I was scoring 75 like everybody else. It didn't matter. You know what I mean? And I was grateful for that. So now I come out, I don't even really like have that ego or have that expectation. So I don't get let down no more because I don't really, everything's a plus for me. Oh, word, we got there, they gave us a free drink. Oh, that's a plus. That's it. That's it. This is the plus. For now. I'm not talking about tomorrow.
Right.
And I'm not quite just tomorrow. Like right now, it's lit. Right now, I'm here with Math Hoffa, J Hood, and all these beautiful people here right now. And I'm going to taste this and eat this right now.
Right.
Because we don't know it tomorrow.
Facts.
Tomorrow, now promise.
Facts. That's a beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. You gotta. What's going on right now?
Because it's a hurtful thing, right? I had a whole career, right, that I was just there. I didn't taste it.
It's Hoffa. Trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.